These two smartphones are arguably the best gaming smartphones of 2020. They both have very similar specifications on paper, such as UFS 3.1 storage and 12 gigs of LPDDR5 RAM. Where the ROG Phone 3 stacks up against the RedMagic though is that it has the new improved Snapdragon 865 Plus processing chip, while the RedMagic sticks with the vanilla Snapdragon 865. While still powerful, we'll have to see how it does in a speed test against the ROG Phone 3. They both have 144Hz displays, which we're going to keep enabled over here. The ROG Phone also has a hidden option for 160Hz, but it's pretty unstable, so we're going to stick to 144. We also have X mode on the ROG, and we have disabled animations in order to test out raw performance. Round 1 will consist of boot fingerprint and face unlock. Round 2 will be all about initial opening of app speeds, and round 3 will be about RAM management. We're going to pop GoPro footage at the bottom left hand corner for accuracy. This is TechNick, and without further ado, let's go. In round 1, we're going to start with a simple boot here to see which one can turn on quicker. Though very close to call over here, the RedMagic 5S was just half a second quicker than that of the ROG Phone 3, getting its first points in round 1. When going into the actual device though, the ROG Phone 3 picks up its first points over here by displaying the app icons first. When we test out the optical readers underneath the displays of both devices, the ROG Phone 3 was quicker the first time round, quicker the second time round, and quicker the third time round as well, giving it its second point in round 1. Going for facial recognition here, they're both 2D scanners. The first round was pretty much neck and neck. The second one, the ROG Phone 3, was a bit quicker, and the third round a tad quicker than the RedMagic, getting it its third and final point in round 1, as opposed to 1 point for the RedMagic 5S. Making sure we're on the same Wi-Fi network, max brightness over here, and that all apps in the background have indeed been closed. And going into our first app over here, which is camera app, the RedMagic opens it up quicker, flips to the selfie cam quicker, and takes the snap and saves it to gallery faster than that of the ROG Phone 3. It might just be a slight bit quicker in that respect when opening up the camera, but those seconds do count considering it is using a kind of previous generation Snapdragon 865 instead of the new beastly 865 Plus seen on the ROG. So now 4 points on the RedMagic 5S. It was too close to call when opening up the calculator though. Going into the phone app, the RedMagic 5S opened that one up quicker, and our last system app here is settings, which the RedMagic 5S once again fractions of seconds quicker over there. Going into an internet speed test called speed check, the RedMagic 5S opened it up quicker, and now we're not really going to focus on download upload speed, but more so how long it takes to do the test. Also, if you guys are enjoying this video, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And if you do enjoy what you see when it comes to the RedMagic 5S, I do have a couple links in the description in order to send you straight to their website using my code in order to purchase the device, since it has just recently become globally available, and it is honestly a fantastic device, and it is even cheaper than the ROG Phone 3, and it's slightly newer though with a slightly older chip. Let's see how the speed test continues. Going into Photoshop Express over here, the ROG Phone 3 pretty much dominated over there, saving the photo to gallery quicker as well. Going into Adobe Premiere Rush over here, a video editing program. Going into it, the ROG Phone 3 was quicker. It was pretty close to call when going into that project itself. Now we're going to export a 4K 25 frames per second file, compress it down to 1080p, match the frame rates, and hit export. I'm going to speed things up at the bottom right hand corner to 400% and then slow it back down once we have the first winner. So speeding through it over here, which one can take it? It looks pretty much neck and neck, but the ROG Phone 3 gets it in 18 seconds using UFS 3.1. Same UFS 3.1 on the RedMagic, though 2 seconds slower at 20 seconds, getting the ROG Phone 3 its fifth point, now closing the gap between the ROG and the RedMagic by 2 points. Going to Astral VPN here, since we need a VPN in China, we got 6 points now for the ROG Phone 3. Turning it on was too close to call, so now the ROG Phone is just 1 point behind the vanilla Snapdragon 865 on the RedMagic 5S, now 2 points behind that of the RedMagic with 8 points as opposed to 6 on the ROG. Going into Instagram over here, the RedMagic opened that one up quicker, and going into Twitter, things were too close to call, so no points were allocated. So just a 3-point difference when it comes to raw speed in round 2. Disregarding round 1, we'll tally up the total score a little bit later at the end of the test. Going into YouTube, our next app over here, the RedMagic 5S opens it up quicker, and going into my channel, it also opens it up quicker and loads the page slightly quicker than that of the ROG Phone 3. Going into a video, however, the ROG Phone 3 plays it quicker and loads the whole page quicker, getting it its 7th point in round 2, now just 4 points behind that of the RedMagic 5S. I'm really impressed with the RedMagic so far, since it does have a slightly weaker chip, and it is in a sense dominating the ROG Phone 3, but things are really close here, even if it's just a couple seconds between launching each individual app. And going into Google Chrome, the ROG actually opened up Chrome faster, but the RedMagic loaded the page quicker, so no point was allocated over there. The RedMagic now has a 6-point lead. We didn't allocate a point there with Chrome, like I said. And going into our first game over here, since these are gaming phones, which was Subway Surfers, it was actually neck and neck. They exactly opened up at the same time. And our next game here is indeed flip diving, which the ROG Phone 3 opens up just a tad quicker than that of the 5S. Now narrowing the gap to 5 points between the two devices. Going into our second last game over here, a Temple Run 2. The ROG Phone 3 opened that one up quicker, now just 4 points between the two devices. We have one more game left, one more app out of the 20 over here, and that is indeed PUBG Mobile. It's unfortunate that it's been banned in India. Hopefully it'll be back soon. Nevertheless, the RedMagic 5S opens it up in 18 seconds as opposed to 20 seconds on the ROG Phone 3, getting it its 14th and final point in round 2 as opposed to the final 9 points on the ROG Phone 3 in round 2. Going into round 3, it's all about RAM management. They've pretty much kept all these apps open in the background, so I'm just flicking through them. They both have 12 gigs of LPDDR5 RAM, but even if, say, one of them had 8 gigs of RAM or 6 gigs of RAM, they shouldn't have a problem keeping just 20 apps open in the background over here. It's more about the speed of the RAM which matters than the actual storage, so if you guys decide to buy a phone, rather focus on whether it has LPDDR5 or 4X RAM instead of 8 or 12 or even an overkill of 16 gigs of RAM. As you can see, going into YouTube over here, they both kept my channel open. Going into Netflix, things were exactly the same. Going into the last run of apps over here, which are indeed the 4 games, both of them have no problem keeping games open, but what I do notice is that the RedMagic seems to open up the games slightly quicker than that of the ROG Phone 3 when reopening them. Round 3 was neck and neck, 0 points on both devices since both of them kept all apps open in the background. And total score, we have 12 for the ROG Phone 3 as opposed to 15 for the RedMagic 5S. One of the closest tests I have ever done, and 9 points just for raw performance in round 2 when it comes to speed on the ROG Phone 3 as opposed to 14, which was 5 more on the RedMagic 5S. So the older chip is the faster chip. Guys, this is TechNick, and I'll see you in the next one.